Welcome to our podcast where generations come together, the wisdom of a baby boomer and the voice of Gen Z, sharing stories, perspectives, and lessons from the past and present. In honor of Women's History Month, we celebrate the strength of resilience and beauty of women everywhere. This is a space where we uplift one another, grow together, and remember to keep God first as we work every day to become our best selves. So take a moment, sit back, and join us for a conversation meant to inspire, encourage, and remind every woman that her journey matters. Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Are You For Real podcast. I am your co-host, Miss Cece, and this is
Miss T,
the hostess with the mostest. And we are really excited for this episode today because if you did not know, this month is Women's History Month. We have a lot planned for this month. We're going to bring you things to uplift you, to make you feel good about yourself, and just to empower you. So let's talk about it.
Okay, although this is National Women's Month, but you know what? I want to start it off with a man. I was watching a documentary on Thurgood Marshall, and he was the first Black judge on the Supreme Court, and this was under Lyndon B. James. And he had done 32 cases to the Supreme Court.
Wow.
And he won 29 of them. Can you believe that? So this is somebody that I think that we should really be celebrating. And this was during really racism and what they wanted to call Jim Crow.
Yeah, racial time.
So he was, not only did he do that, before that, he was, after the law was passed, then he would go and help the people in the South. And he was threatened. And they were even planning to lynch this man.
Yeah.
And the people there in that particular town, they protected him and they made sure that nothing happened to him. And so that just shows you how if we work together and rise up, I don't care how they try to put fear in you, they protected him. And to this day, we still celebrate him as the first Black member of the Supreme Court way back then. And that was in 1955. Okay, so Brown versus Board of Education. That was the case, 1954. Yes. Thurgood Marshall. So this was it was segregation, and because of this law, the state of Virginia closed all their public schools because they did not want to be integrated.
Yes.
Can you believe that? So you know what? So he was they didn't want integration. So the what I want to say, the segregated South at this time passed a law, and the Supreme Court unanimously, that word, that all of them were for this law, and it got passed. So I just think that we need to really look at his life, and everything that he went through. Because see, we just do this in passing. He was the first Black on the Supreme Court, but we don't know his story. Right. And we need to know our story so we can really know how important we are and how much we have contributed to this country, and not only to this country, to this world, because he made laws not only for education, but for he was fighting for other people to do other things like businesses.
Yes.
So we need to really learn our history. I know some of it is not good, but you know what? If they can go through it, don't you think we can read about it
Right.
because they went through this.
I know.
They went through, and it was not easy at all. In fact, it was just horrific. And I know the stories are terrible. A lot of us, we don't even want to hear them. But you know what? We need to know our history so we will not let it be repeated.
Right.
So that's my story on that. So, if you get a chance, please look up Thurgood Marshall. And also look up Jesse Jackson, because he really helped a lot of people too. They always try to bring the negative, but there was way more positive than negative. So that's just my spiel. Yes, it's National Women's Month, but we want to also talk about some of the men what they did also.
Right. We really couldn't get enough. We didn't have enough time to explore all the things that our people contribute to this country in just one month. So we just decided that we're going to highlight someone each and every month, and it could be a male, it could be a female.
Right.
So for me, it was George Washington Carver.
Okay.
He was born into slavery around 1864 in Missouri. I'm from Missouri. I was born in Missouri.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Kansas City, Kansas, but I was born in Missouri.
Kansas City, Kansas.
That kind of hit me. I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. During the time of the American Civil War, he was raised by his parents, Moses and Susan Carver, who taught him to read and encourage his education.
Mm-hmm.
He became the first Black student at the Iowa State University. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in 1894 and a Master of Science in 1896 in agriculture. So what he did was he taught farmers how to improve their soil through crop rotation and developed 300 uses of the peanut. He invented peanut butter, oil, milk, flour, cheese, soap, cosmetics, and face cream, ink, shaving cream, dyes, and paint. And with sweet potatoes, he did starch, vinegar, molasses, and also made plastic, flour, milk, soap, paint, and dyes from the sweet potato. And then he also did the same with the soybean. So I
remember heard about the soybean.
With the soybean.
Okay.
So he did a lot of amazing things, and a lot of the things that he invented, he didn't have a patent for it, because he really wasn't. He was just trying to help people, help the farmers, help agriculture, and he's amazing.
Right.
Born to slaves, born in slavery. So you can't say what you can't do now. We have way more freedoms than then. You just have to get out there and make it happen.
Right. And we have so much technology now. So I'm just asking you guys to at least do once a month to pull up somebody, because there's almost always technology. And even like I was telling you, they had where they said 100 inventions that we had invented that we don't know.
Right.
It was only a few that I showed you. But we just need to learn about ourselves, because we're some awesome people. I believe all groups of people are really good, because everybody has contributed to this country. I don't care what you say or who you think you are, but there's nobody better than anybody else. There's nobody less than anybody else. We are all human beings. We are all people, and we need to be working together. As what's this guy said? He said, "Can't we just get along?"
No. That was
Can we just?
That was Rodney King. That was Rodney King.
And we just get along, because it's
the truth though.
Everybody's helping. They didn't just help Black people. It was for everybody.
Yes.
I mean, who wears shoes? Who does all of these things? That everybody's using them. So I mean, if you think that you don't, with this, that you're better than us, then take all those stuff out of your house. You won't have anything to clean, to work, or whatever.
You won't have no food.
No, you won't have nothing.
You ain't gonna have no fan. You ain't gonna have none of it.
So we just, I mean, it was a dark time, but it was a time, and we survived.
We survived. And so he said, I said, Jesse, I am somebody, we are somebody, and you are somebody. Okay. You are.
So yeah, but that was good.
Okay, so for me to contribute for this month for National Women's Month,
right?
Well, Women's History Month, I wanted to cover, chapters in Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. We did cover her last week, and I just really want to know more about her, like diving into the lives of these past heroes that did so much for our country. I'm just like so intrigued. So
And
I just
still alive.
Yeah, and some are still alive. So I really want to dig into and get to know these people a lot better. So chapter 1 was really good. I mean, it just really spoke about her humble beginnings, about, you know, her, they were living in the projects, and then they moved above one of their family members. And it just talked about how, you know, it was just like a one room. The grandfather had made it into more of a livable situation for them. And she just talks about, you know, how, you know, she played the piano because her aunt, Robbie downstairs was the piano teacher, and she was a little intimidating. So with Aunt Robbie, you know, Michelle was just kind of like, you know, like this, but she was still brave enough to kind of go up against her. So my question to you, Miss T, is like, who was your Aunt Robbie in your family?
Well, it was my father's sister, Aunt Rachel. And Aunt Rachel was something else. So, but she was really nice. And I was telling Cheryl, a lot of people thought that she was my mother because they always saw me with her, because my mother was one of those stay-at-home people. She didn't like to really go out. She was more of a homebody. But they would see me, and I was real little, and my aunt walked so fast. And so we didn't have a lot of transportation. So, you know, most everywhere we learned how to ride bikes and stuff. But at that time, I couldn't ride a bike. I was too small. And you see me, my little legs trying to run behind her. And for a long time, people said, well, we saw you and your mother. I said, that was not my mother. I know you didn't see my mother walking nowhere. It was my aunt. So she was intimidating, but she was really a nice, and she made the best homemade ice cream, you guys. Ooh. She would make, it was a little bit too sweet, but she made for every special occasion. Right. She just made homemade ice cream. So we just had homemade ice cream all the time. And that was really good, because ice cream is my really favorite dessert. Oh, wow. Okay. I have to do that, because we have ice cream maker. I had an Aunt Rachel, who she has passed on, but you know. Yeah. So my Aunt Robbie, I have to say, was my grandmother. She, to me, I just felt I loved everything about my grandmother. We used to call her Granny. And she was a Sunday school teacher. That's why I was a Sunday school teacher at the church, because I always wanted to kind of like walk in my grandmother's footsteps. Oh, that was nice. And I favor her a lot. But she was mean. She used to tear us up. She used to make me go out there and pick a switch and tear the leaves off in front of her, and then hand her the switch to whip my butt. Oh my goodness. I was intimidated. I was a little scared about her. And then, like, she would pick us up every Sunday to go to church, and she was a Sunday school teacher. She would always say, Sherilyn, pass out the book, Sherilyn is. So I really admired her. I thought she was a really strong woman. And then just all of a sudden, she got sick, and she had lupus. So she went from like this Sunday school teacher, this strong woman drinking Budweiser. I remember she used to give me beer all the time. That's probably why I like beer so much, because my grandma used to slip me some Budweiser. I was young too. I was drunk. She didn't care. Back then they used liquor for everything, for hot toddies. You know, you get sick, you be drunk, you know, sick, trying to get better, and just they used liquor for a lot of different things back then. But so it was just, she went from like the strong woman to like sick, and then she passed away. So it was just like, I just felt like I didn't have her long enough, because when she died, she was 56, and I'm 56. I was start crying. Don't cry. I know. It's okay. I'm 56 right now. So I'm just like, it just hit me. I was like, oh my God, I'm 56. She was 56 when she died, and I'm 56. I could just not be here. So that was kind of like my Aunt Robbie. Right. So then in the book, she also talked about like how, you know, when she walked through the front door. So it was kind of like a story of kid. Then she went to the White House. Then she went back to the story of her being in that apartment above Aunt Robbie. But she talked about how when she first became the first lady, like, I mean, they tried to put their foot on her neck as soon as she walked through the door. You know, they talked about her. They said negative things about her. They, you know, tried to use the angry black woman. She couldn't say nothing. She was angry black. It was just so much on her. But then she also spoke about how she enjoyed like being treated like a queen at the White House, and shared a couple of things like
your house where you live has an indoor florist. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And then when she goes back to being a child again, she was taking piano lessons with Aunt Robbie, and she skipped over some lessons, and Aunt Robbie got mad because she told her that is not how you do it. You have to do it. That's not how you learn how to play. You can't just skip over. So my question to you, Miss T, what was it that you skipped over that you shouldn't have, because you would have missed, you missed that experience of skipping? Some things you have to go through. You can't just go ahead.
Well, it's kind of ironic because my parents wanted me to take piano lessons. And I did take them for a while, but I hated it. and one reason too, I had a couple of friends who played piano, but they played by ear. And so that means I had to read, and they just listen to something and they could play it.
Right.
And so I really am sorry that they didn't. I'm glad they didn't make me, because they know I was hesitant and I was really strong. I can't do that. I don't want to do this, And so they didn't force me to do it. But I wish I had learned how to play a piano, because I love to see people when they play. Piano. I love to see. That's one of my favorite musical instruments.
Mine too.
But so no, I didn't go through with it, but I learned one song. And they made me play it in church, and then that ticked me off. And I was, what a friend we have in Jesus. So he was my friend. He was the only friend. So I kind of hate that I didn't just pursue it and go through it. So that was one of my stories, yeah.
And I think for me, it was like, I wish that I would have stayed home longer. I was ready to go. I was just, I have them little friends and things, and I wasn't ready. Like, that was not the way I did it. I wasn't supposed to do it that way. And I missed out because I still needed to learn what I needed to learn from my mom. She hadn't quite told me like what I know now, that had I waited. So I wish that I hadn't skipped over, I wish I would have knew better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's called maturity, because you have to grow. We all grow.
Right. But I was 16.
That was young. Yeah.
I missed like 2 more years. I probably could have, it would have changed my entire life.
Right.
But I was kind of out there, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. But the one thing I did where I wanted to leave, because I didn't want to be disrespectful. Like, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I knew I couldn't do it in my mom's house. So she was helping me to try to find a place. And then I ended up, getting married. So it was just a lot. It was a lot.
Right.
So with that being said, I wish I would have waited. I skipped.
Right.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and go into our hot topic segment. And yeah, this is hot. This is like lava. Because as you all know, we are pretty much at war right now. And didn't really want to go into it, like how we felt about it. It was more just trying to bring more awareness to you, as far as, you may be getting nervous. You might not know what to do in case of an emergency, or, an EMP or a nuclear bomb. I am a prepper. So I thought I could share a few things with you today, just to kind of ease your mind. Basically, with an EMP, that's going to mean that there's going to be no electricity. You won't have anything to your phones. Your car will not start. You won't have electricity to your home. The best thing to do if you're at home is to not open your refrigerator. So the prepping is in place so that you can live like out of your cupboards and out of your pantry. So do not open the refrigerator. If you know everything is out, you go out, your car doesn't start, like your Apple Watch ain't working no more. The next thing you want to do is you want to fill up your tubs, sinks, pots, as much water as you can, because the flushing of the toilet, that's all connected to electricity as well. So if you fill up your tubs and things of that nature, you can use that water to flush. So you want to, if you have 2 bathrooms, you want to just go number 1 and 1, use that all day, and then, you know, the other number 2 in another bathroom, and then flush that immediately, because we don't want things to get, you know, out of hand with disease and things. But the number 1, you know, just wait till like the end, because you want to conserve as much water as you can, because you don't know how long it's going to be. And then that's for like an EMP. And then you're just gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to have like some type of light source. So you're gonna need to have batteries, flashlights, candles. You know, if there wasn't any damage to the home or you weren't outside, you want to go ahead and administer first aid if you need to. Now, if you get stranded somewhere, you're going to need to have like water and food. And then with the water, you might have to also have like water purification tablets. So wherever water you go, you put that tablet in, you can drink any water, or just the straw, and you can use that. You can just take the straw and just put it, it's like a straw with like a little unit on it, and you just put that directly into the water and drink from that. So that would be safe. And then that's really about it. Now, if there's a nuclear, you want to get down and try to find some type of protection as soon as possible. If you get anything on you, when you get to a place where you can get it off of you, you want to use something like a Kirk soap. I'm not being sponsored, but that's about the soap that I found that'll be the best way to get any debris or any type of thing off of your body. And you do not want to follow up with any lotion or any shampoos like in the hair, or no, not any conditioners. Don't put any conditioners or lotions on your body after you've cleansed your body from being in a nuclear fallout. And then you would have to have those potassium iodine pills on hand if you do. And as soon as you get into shelter, you want to remove those clothes, put them in a bag, and then you're going to have to start to seal up all doorways, seal up all vents, and then wait. Okay. As far as a bug out bag, you guys, a bug out bag is really to bug out, to get out. Like, I don't think most of us are going to be able to find a forest or some type of wooded area to go. You know, why would you leave your home to run out in the streets or try to go? You wouldn't leave your home until you're forced out or it's no longer inhabitable. But you're going to be in your house. Your bug out bag, which I like to call it a relocation bag instead, because most of us are not going to be able to survive in the forest anyway. If you have no experience in being in the woods and being, you know, there's this different lifestyle in the woods, honey, okay? It ain't glamping. It's like rough, rough animals, all of that. So you just want to have that bag that's going to carry anywhere from 72 hours to 30 days. And you just want to be able to have food, water, you know, personal items, medications, and your documents, along with the water pills, and also with your straws and a solar panel. So you can use it for charging if things are up and running. And that's all that I have to share with you about prepping for an emergency.
Well, I want to add something to that. The one thing I just want to say is this: preparation. Yes. And when I was talking to her, because when I lived in California, I was always, we knew about earthquakes. So I had my car, I had things in there.
Right.
And so I was prepared. And so when I came here, I didn't really kind of think about it. And then when they talked about the war, well, because I'm not driving, but my car, people do drive my car for me when I need to go do different things. So I said, well, you know, I need to have stuff in my car, but I put a full first aid kit here in my house.
Right.
And I also have a first aid kit in my car. And I usually have a jacket. So I was telling her I went and put my little blanket. I said, oh, I don't have a blanket out there, but I had the towel and stuff. And I used to keep my sweater. I used to keep shoes, you know, well, now, you know, our phones and stuff. But, and I guess, you know, with the phones, you can hook up to your car. But if the car is not working, then what can you do?
Right.
You know, but, you know, just be aware of, we don't know what's going to happen. Just have some supplies, some food, canned goods on hand. You know, just in case, because like I said, we don't know in this war, and it looks like it's getting larger and larger, more and more countries are getting involved. So I've never known a war to just be a couple of days. or they said a couple of weeks.
Right.
War is war.
War is war until
and so I think we really need to take it seriously.
Yes.
Don't panic. Don't do the panic buying and stuff like that. But just be aware of what's going on. And I listen to news. I know a lot of friends say, well, you don't look at a lot of news. But I was listen to news, and I listen to both sides of the story of what's going on. So just be aware of what's going on.
Right. I mean, because the main important things would be like if you had to buy like right now, I'd say this is what you definitely need like right at this moment. It would be a generator, like a gas generator, a solar panel, lighting, and your first aid kit, and food and water. Yeah. That would be the most things that you would need right now in your home. Other than that, you need to be ready. And most emergencies, like you need to prepare for the emergencies that are based on like where you live. Like for us, since it's so hot, we would have to prepare for like a heat stroke. So we would need to have like waters or a cooling towel in our car, a fan, something like that, water. And then like for people who are like known for flooding, like they need to have sandbags, because we had preppers. I read that preppers were prepping for like doomsday, but they lived in a place where there were hurricanes and they didn't even have no sandbags. So prepare for the emergency that fits your state versus just for a populace, and then you'll be ready for anything. Yeah,
and find the nearest location. Yeah, call your mayor or whatever, and if we would have to be relocate. What is the closest place for us to go? Where's that location? And we need to find that out. And know who your mayor is. If you don't know anything else, at least know who your mayor of your city is, and have that number, on call, just in case, and especially now. Yeah. So and the thing about it, of course, we as Christians, we are praying. We're praying for this country. We're praying for leaders, and so I pray for love, joy, and peace and unity in America, in this country. And we just need to, as he said, get along. We need to respect one another, and I think that's what we're not having, a lot of respect for each other.
Right. You're right. Definitely.
So that's my platform, and I guess I need to get off of that.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into our rapid fire segment right now. This is what we like to do. I think this is so much fun. Okay. So rapid fire: a crown or a scepter?
A crown. Put that crown on me. In fact, I have a crown. They gave me a crown for my 60th birthday.
You did have one. I have a picture of that one. I would have to say a crown too.
Put that up there. You have to show them that.
Yes. Princess gown or mermaid design dress?
Oh, princess gown.
Yeah, like the big, like Cinderella. Yes. I'll go with your crown.
I saw somebody had a beautiful outfit on one of these Grammys.
Ooh.
This outfit, was it the Oscars? I don't know. It was one of these award shows.
Right.
But it was gorgeous.
Oh my.
And I like the long flowing, but I don't like puffy. I like kind of more like straight, not fitting, but just straight down. I don't like all that puffy stuff and all those trains behind you and stuff like that. I don't want
like
that.
An A-line.
You done tripped over somebody.
So you like more of an A-line style.
What about you?
I like the big ball gowns. Like the bigger the better. The hair, the bigger the better. Like I like it big.
You like it big?
Big old, just like I can't walk.
Okay.
I want the train.
You need people. You need 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I want people.
2 or 3 people to carry it.
Well, Cinderella, the little birds carried her little thing.
Where you can get the kids to carry it.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, if you had a choice, would you sing or dance?
Dance. Exercise. I can't sing.
You love to dance.
I don't have a choice. Dance.
I like to dance. I would dance more than doing those TikTok dances with Coco.
Right.
Yeah. Hopscotch or tetherball?
Hopscotch. I don't know nothing about no tetherball. Hopscotch.
The ball on the string and you just hit it. You never played tetherball before? I'll have some tetherball.
Hopscotch.
I think we say tetherball, but it's tetherball, I think.
I don't know anything about it.
Let us know in the comments. Well, is it tetherball or tetherball? Yes. Yeah. All right. Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lip. I like lipstick, but I wear lip gloss.
Oh,
more.
wow.
I wear a lot of lip gloss, so but I like lipstick.
I'll have to say lip gloss.
But something special. Now I don't wear
Yeah.
lipstick every day.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ice skates or roller skates?
Neither one, but roller skate. Roller skate. I am too old to break my neck now. No.
On ice, well, ice is hard. When you
Right.
fall, it's hard. Well,
Both of them
both
are
of them are hard.
Yeah.
But hard and well, I guess if you hit, at least you could get like the you know,
I
like
have
if you
been
get a
hit.
bruise, you're already on the cold. You just lay there.
I have been hit. That's why no, neither one of them, but roller skate. Yeah.
And then I have one more: a bonnet or a headscarf.
A headscarf. Who wears a bonnet? Where did you get bonnet from?
I always wear the bonnet. When I think
Who
about
wears a bonnet?
what I'm saying,
But a baby.
I know.
Bonnet.
Mary had a little lamb, and you that big thing, and you tied a bow around your neck. That was a bonnet. But the bonnets the girls wear.
Oh, Easter parade or something like that. Is that an Easter bonnet you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about. It was like in the cartoons, like back in the day, like a bonnet. The girl with the little stick with the thing. And what was that?
Like a little shepherd girl or something?
Yes,
With the sheep.
I
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but she had that thing, that big hood with the thing. That was a bonnet. But they have the bonnets where it's puffy and it has the thing. You know, a bonnet.
No, I have no idea. See, that's the difference between these generations. I have no
I don't
idea
wear
what you're talking about.
I like a headscarf. I like to
Right.
tie my hair down with the headscarf. So it's a headscarf for me.
Scarf.
That's all that I got. That's all that I got.
I have no idea what you're
You
talking about.
guys, let us know what was your favorite part of the video today. What did you learn? What do you have to add? Do you have any concerns or comments? Please leave them down below. We would love to hear from you.
Oh yes, and yes, let us know. It's especially with the preparation.
Yes.
I know there's some things we probably left out we didn't know, and some things we probably know. But just be prepared. And just we're living our lives, and so I'm not fearful that whatever happens, it's just going to happen. So that's why we pray, and as far as me and my family and friends, we pray every day for this country and this world. We pray for the leaders. We pray for the leaders whether you voted for them or not. They're supposed to be representing us.
Right.
So you pray for everybody, and we want everybody to do right by us, make the right decisions for us, and that we can all be protected, in this city, state, country, and world.
Well, I could say I'm learning from you because, I was trying to pray for nobody else, and I've actually been praying for other people that I would not have particularly wanted to pray for, ma'am. So I thank you.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's what you said. You said you pray for everybody. So I said I gotta be like Miss Margie. I gotta pray for everybody.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Whether you like or agree with them or whatever. And that thing I just say is pray, forgive, and move on. That's all you can do.
So I have been praying for other
people. It gets easier.
Thank you. Okay.
It gets
I thought it was just
it's
me. I was like, I'm praying.
It's not easy. Hey, at this stage of the game, I had to learn.
It wasn't easy to pray for those people.
People that did you harm or did you wrong or something like that. So no, it's not easy.
But I'm praying for more people.
You do it because they said treat people like you want to be treated.
Yeah.
So and somebody was asking. It was really a question that I was listening to today, and they said, would you want to be your friend? That was deep. Am I a good friend? Are you a good friend? Would you want to be your friend?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I really thought about it. I said, yeah, because I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But not boasting, and I'm certainly not perfect.
Don't just do your college.
Right. But you know what? I try to treat people, and I get that from my mother and my father. They really brought us up to think about other people and to treat people like one to be treated. And so, my mother really got on, because like I told you that time when I bought this gift, it was cheap.
Would you buy this for your?
Do you want this gift? So after that, I learned the lesson. Okay, so you need to learn that too. So would you want you to be your friend? Okay, that was something.
That's deep.
That was,
It really is.
Yeah. So think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, and give us some experiences that you have been through. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
And with that being said, get out that bed, wash your face,
put some clothes on, and do something.
And we see you guys next week.
Bye. Have a good one. Thank you.
We got our hands on some coconut cake.
You better show you. Yes, it's good too. I don't know. Not much left.